Now, I'm not here to tell you that the system is stacked against you, but some of you will think in about 20 or 30 minutes' time that the system is stacked against you. It is stacked against you if you have no emotional bank account. The system is stacked against you if you care what other people think. Now, let's just think about this. You were told, growing up, if you came from a regular household, get good grades, stay out of trouble, go to a decent school, get a decent job, work 25, 30, 35, 40 years, retire, should have enough money, maybe buy a house in Tenerife or wherever the place was, right? That's what the fuck you were told. That was a lie. You were also told probably that you can be anything you want in life. That was even a bigger lie. If you went to Eton, if you went to Cambridge, if you went to Oxford, if you went to one of those kind of schools, then it wasn't a lie. Why do your parents tell you that shite? Because their parents told them the same shite. Now, for at least 20 to maybe 40 years, it hasn't been true. Why did they and their parents perpetuate it? To make you feel good? Maybe. If my father were here, God rest his soul, he would tell you, I'm very proud of Dan, but my son is successful not because of me, but in spite of me. Those of you that have attained any success in life aren't here because of your parents. You're here in spite of them. And if you tell yourself the goddamn truth, you know I'm telling gospel. So why do we live in a dream world? Many of you in this room have lived bubble-wrapped lives. Many of you in this room wouldn't know bad times if it bit you in the bum. And your children look up to you, as they should. And what model do they see? Why do they follow in their dad's and mom's footsteps? Why? Because the generation before did the same. And this is the beginning of the end. It was interesting walking around the wall today. A lot of old gits out there. I felt like a young man. On their Zimmer frames, in their little motorcycle things that they, scooter things with a stick. I felt like something was wrong. I was the only guy without a stick. They tell you that because they don't want to disillusion you. They think, just as you think, have been taught, reading books is taking action. Reading books is not taking action. Taking action is pulling the trigger. I've had kids come to me that have read 700 books and he's not 20 years old yet. 700 books. I'm talking about motivational books, personal development books. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret that you don't know. Success, right? Success is quantifiable. You either made money or you didn't make money. You either saved the world or you didn't save the world. You either shot 75 on a golf course or you shot 100, right? It's quantifiable. And you can't quantify success, you fucking idiots. And that's how personal development was born in the early 60s. Because it's an amorphous. You can't get your arms around it. This is all why wealth, risk, reward, not. You can't get a hold of personal development. He could have taken 10 courses, you could have taken 11 courses, and you could have taken 2 courses, and you can't quantify between the 3 of you. And that's just how they want it. So why did we go from success, which is quantifiable, where you had to be accountable, to no accountability? What happened? I mean, other people on the planet realize this. It's just not the ones that you're hanging with, chilling with. Kids, eagles fly alone. Eagles don't go to the pubs. Eagles don't go to the World Cup. Eagles don't go to the World Series. They fly alone. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future, young man. For most of the people that are sitting in this room, your future is dismal. I have nothing to tell you. I don't give a fuck. I have no book. I have nothing. I don't care if you like me or not. It doesn't make shit to me. That's why I can afford to tell you the truth. I don't have an upsell, a side sell, or any of that crap. I'm not sure I even understand all that. If the other personal development guys, and I'm not one of them, were so fucking successful, why are they not rich? Did you ever ask yourself? If marketing really worked, if internet marketing really worked, test small, roll out big. How many people? Everybody's heard that, right? If it really worked, why aren't all those guys flush with cash, truckloads of it? On Christmas, New Year's, Father's Day, Halloween, whatever, 50% off all my product. How many times do you see that? Well, if they can take 50% off their product because it's Valentine's Day, how much is the shit worth anyway? I've seen 90% off product. Sales indicate the price was too high. When value is clear, decisions are easy, as Roy Disney told me about 48 years ago. When value is clear, decisions are easy. When an attractive man walks in the door, you know, you don't have to spreadsheet it. You know he's good looking or not, right? When a good looking woman walks in the door, you don't have to spreadsheet it, right? You know. Why have we gone away from that kind of decision-making process? Because it's easy to procrastinate with a spreadsheet. They used to call it Lotus 1, 2, 3. I'm dating myself. Okay, so now why are we here? Now, have you ever seen a 3-year-old unhappy? Unless they've soiled their nappies, they're all happy, aren't they? Giggle, giggle, yeah, yeah, right? Has anybody tell 3 years old? Okay, now 7 years old, same thing. They're all happy. Then what happens? By the way, self-esteem is built the first 7 years of life. You either have it or you don't. Who are you around the first 7 years of life? Mommy, mostly. Sometimes daddy. Sometimes an older brother or a sister. And maybe a grandparent, right? So if you don't have any self-esteem, you know who to blame. So what happens after you're 7? Why are you happy? Everybody in this room was happy then. What the fuck happened? And I love my parents. Self-esteem is the basis of all high performance. You either feel good about yourself, with my lovely wife who's sitting there. Nobody loves me more than I love myself. You can't be a good human being unless you love yourself. Love yourself first, then you love everybody else. I can just tell by looking at the audience, we have a lot of Save the World kids. Great, absolutely fucking terrific. But Bill Gates didn't start saving the world till he made $850 jillion. None of those guys, Warren Buffett, you name them, didn't give a shit about the world until they made $852 jillion. So I tell the kids, go out and make the $852 jillion, then save the fucking world. Instead of carrying placards around the fucking embassies like morons.